Welcome to another Telltale Books video. I'm Greg, and I'm finally getting back to my series on Brian W. Aldiss, the one of the other great British science fiction writers to appear in the 1950s. And this video will cover his sixth published work, a short story titled Breathing Space. Breathing Space was published in the British Science Fantasy magazine in February of 1955. And I believe I mentioned it's just a short story. Now, in Breathing Space, you have a group of people living in primitive circumstances who serve a master that they call machine. You can probably, anybody that's into science fiction has figured this one out already. It's a decayed society where technology is decayed, but there still is technology, and this technology runs their world. The people have become dominated by the machines and the computers, and the computers are their masters, are telling them what to do, telling them how to live, and controlling whether or not they live. Somebody that starts getting ideas of defying machine, the machine sends drones out to kill them. And the place where they live is called Tycho. Okay, if you know the moon, Tycho is a crater on the moon. So they're living in underneath a crater on the moon with this old technology keeping them alive. But of course, they really want to get out. This is probably the most bizarre dystopian future that I've come across in fiction before 1960. It's my synopsis doesn't do it justice. It's a very cool story. It reminds me a lot of Aldiss's first novel, Starship, which is one of my favorite works. This isn't a top tale. It's not quite that good, but it is really different for 1955. It's very fresh, very original, very bizarre for that time period. And I think really starts showing. I mean, Aldous had written some really good stories before this, but this one starts showing Aldous as being a really unique voice in the genre. Which is why, of course, I'm going through his complete works, because he really did become a very unique voice in the genre, a very strong writer, one of the best ever. And, aside from the February 55 issue of Science Fantasy, which is available as a free PDF, it is also available in this hard to find complete short stories, the 1950s. It's only a trade paperback. I wish it were hardcover. But it's an excellent book. So far it's got everything that I'm looking for Aldiss's bibliography. I'm really enjoying the book. And I really enjoy this story. Aldous is definitely a writer that we need to keep going on. I know for a fact there are some important works coming up, some other dystopian type works like this that are going to go even farther, because that's the one thing, the one criticism I have of this story is that it's such a cool world, but it's such a short story. I want more. I want more development of this world. I want to explore this situation. I want to know more about the backstory of how this happened. And I want more involvement among the characters, but it's a short story. All this doesn't give you all that. Um, doesn't hurt the story. I still would recommend reading this to anybody that likes dystopias. and especially British dystopias. This story is a must read, I think. But I wish he had expanded it into something more, at least a novelette or novella, exploring the culture more. Would have been cool. Oh well. So, have you read Breathing Space? If so, leave your comments and put them in the comment section of the video for everybody to enjoy and learn from. If you know something about this or something about Aldiss in 1955 that would enhance reading the story, then by all means, let us know about it. Please do not leave comments if you don't like my style in doing my videos. It is what it is. I like my videos. I like the way I'm doing these. I'm not going to change even if you put in some kind of nasty death threat. It's not going to happen. Your comment will be deleted. I had one of those comments just recently saying that I should have gotten into the story sooner. And I mean, I thought it was just a stupid comment because I watch other people's videos on YouTube and you're getting 6, 7 minutes into the video before they even start talking about the story. Mine, I was talking about the story at 1 minute 30 seconds. And before that, I was talking about where the story appeared and when, and it's that kind of thing that I always do at the very beginning of the video, so it's still relevant to the story right from the very beginning of the video. So I take offense at that comment, and I really don't want those comments being left. If you don't like my videos, go watch some other channel. It's that simple. I don't mean to be so blunt and rude about it, but really, I'm not going to do things differently. I don't think I'm wading too far into the video to get into the story. And I don't give away any more of the story than I feel is appropriate for your enjoyment of the story. I don't want to say things that are going to cause people to feel the story has been spoiled for them. Sometimes I do spoilers, but only in cases where I think it's reasonable, like the Cold Equations. It's a very, very famous short story. I think we can spoil that one because so many people have already read it. But most of the other stories, I try to avoid it. And with short stories, sometimes it's real hard to say anything about the story without spoiling it, which makes it really hard to talk in any great detail about it. Ultimately, these videos are not about giving you the whole story. It's about giving you a guide as to whether or not it's worth your time to read it. And then I want you to be able to discover that story for yourself and hopefully discover something that you really enjoy without me ruining it for you. So there's things I'm not going to say, and I'm doing that on purpose. Uh, I am not waiting till way into the video to start talking about it. I'm getting into the stories, and in most cases getting into the stories right away, far sooner than most other booktube reviewers are doing. And I like the way I'm doing it. So don't leave, if don't criticize my channel. Don't criticize my wardrobe. Don't criticize my camera work. Don't criticize my sound. Don't criticize my lighting. Don't criticize the color. Don't criticize what's behind me. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to change, and I am not going to leave your comment in there. It will be deleted because that's not what we're all here for. We're here about the stories. Tell me your thoughts about the stories. That's what I want to hear. Even if it's complete contradiction of what I have to say, even if it's telling me something that I should know but don't know, great. I want that information there. I want to be able to learn from your comments. I don't want criticism of the way I'm doing these videos. So just, if you're one of those people that doesn't like the way I'm doing things, move on and let other people enjoy the videos. Okay, that's my rant for the day. Just be aware. Your comments will be deleted permanently. if you are not talking about the story or the author or other stories related to this. So keep your comments on topic. Otherwise, I hope you like the way I'm doing things, and I hope you'll hit like the video. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and I hope you'll come back for more. The next Brian Aldiss will be The Great Time Hiccup. Never read that one. I'll be interested to experience that story for my first time. And I hope you'll come back and watch it.